Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my morning coffee locked and loaded, ready to go because we have crazy days. Bitcoin is pumping. Bitcoin is reaching $44,000, and I think we are not aware or we are not prepared what is still to come. We are not prepared what could happen in the immediate short term, and how we can benefit from it, and we are not prepared for everything that is going to happen in the longer term for Bitcoin. So we are going to discuss exactly all of that, and we are going to discuss the deception of our life, or the disappointment of our life, Ecomi, and we are going to discuss what is coming from Veve that looks a little bit better. All of that right after the intro. Good morning, every one of you. How are you doing? We have Trucking Hank here in the channel. Good morning. We have Felipe here. Good morning. Omicron is here. So, yeah, we're pumping right now on Bitcoin, and I mean, it feels good when your Bitcoin portion in the portfolio is 15% up since in only a couple of days. I mean, that feels good, but that is obviously nothing compared to what we are about to see in the future. Omicron, morning PH, JKRB, good morning. So how are you guys doing? Make sure to smash up the like button right now. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, tick that little bell to always get notified whenever I upload a live stream. And we have crazy days. So let's jump right in. Let's do not fuck around. Here we are. So we went absolutely parabolic on Bitcoin, and that's why I want to start with this. I mean, what I wouldn't have expected that we are going to rise so quickly on this, or from when we were breaking 41, which was our previous target. We have a pullback target here at 39. So right now, as I said before, if this rallies more and we are getting our pullback, we are looking at an 11% pullback already. And there is a good chance that we first come and push up to this $46,000 or even beyond before we do our pullback. Now, every time that we are rising more, the distance to this mega support here gets higher and higher and higher. So let's just quickly look at what I'm talking about, because I mean, here is the cycle, the overall cycle, and that's way too many lines. So let me just zoom in a little bit more. But what am I talking about? I'm talking about the teal line. So focus on the teal line. We have seen that this was the previous bull market support, and it's also the support and resistance line that has the most confluence of all of them, right? Despite the entire Bitcoin support. But here we see backtesting until we broke it, and then we see testing from below 1, 2, and 3 times. And now the only thing that didn't happen, that usually happens, is every time you break a resistance, like we did here, for example, overhead resistance, flip, support, goes up, and we come back to back test, right? So here we hit our head, we came once more back, but we broke through it, and there is no back test, right? No back test here. Which is why I'm saying in the worst case, we could see before the halving a back test to this 31. And that would be the entry of our lifetimes probably, or the next chance. It would also be when bear market sentiment would be coming back, because that would be already from here a pretty nasty 30% drop. But it's not out of the cards, and I would really wonder if we do not get this back test. I mean, certainly it doesn't have to come. Certainly it doesn't have to be there, but it could be coming. Let's see how it was in the other cycle. So here we had, yeah, we kind of had that here. If we zoom in, maybe we can see it a little bit better. But it also went up quite tremendously after. So here we had, if we take this line here for the bear market overhead resistance, is that correct? That would be it, right? Yeah, we didn't really rally from this and backtest to this either. So it could be happening that we're just firing on. I mean, here we have another line where we had some little corrections, but honestly, but this was after the halving. So the real question is, where are we in this cycle? Are we here? Because I see a lot of comparisons from this part here, and this is all after the halving. So I think we should more calculate with behavior like this after this pump is concluded. So this section here is more where I would assume that we are. So, and this is coming back to the first real testing back up after the blow off top. Okay, so here we see it as well. This would be this section here at 46,000 would be where I would expect major resistance, because after our top, this is the first reaction back up, right? So I still expect that there is this pullback coming, but overall this is crazy gains, and I think it's nothing compared to what is going to happen in the future. For now in my portfolio, it feels really good, because we have already gone up almost 200% on Bitcoin from the very bottom. Obviously my portfolio entry was somewhere at 28,000, so here. But since it's almost half of my portfolio, it's a hedge against the non-movement that I get from Ecomi. So portfolio still feels okay. So yeah, that's what you saw on the thumbnail. Let's quickly discuss it. So Will Clement here says, gold parity is just a Trojan horse Bitcoiners use to not seem insane. But really, Bitcoin is a credit default swap on the entire sovereign debt bubble. It ultimately either goes to zero or consumes the entire monetary premium of the world. Everything priced in Bitcoin. And yeah, I mean, if you consider that gold was that for 5,000 years and you have now a better asset than gold, that is about to be widespread adopted, yeah, then that's basically it. Because before, gold was this safety, and Bitcoiners are referring to gold because it's the only comparison that we had in our lifetimes that really mattered. And it was super hard to trade. Now we have something like gold, which you cannot mine beyond a certain already known factor, and we can transfer it easily, we can take it away easily, and it is true, it sucks in all the money printing basically into this Bitcoin black hole. I mean, we have seen that. Technically we have the proof that this is true, because if you remember the pandemic and you think about the stimulus checks and you think about the last bull market in Bitcoin, basically the government printed stimulus and people spent it on Bitcoin and other cryptos. No matter where you sold, but those people were the extra money that they got. Many people did not use that to cover their day-to-day basis. Many people used that, including me, to go into crypto, right? Or to get a little bit more out of crypto, yeah, because we were small and stupid. But that is how people got exposure to crypto. And now, if the global liquidity is coming back, which it is at the moment, and money gets printed and everyone has money, companies have money, they start to give their people more raises, pay out bonuses, give some extras. There will be maybe stimulus checks in the parts where the economy is still crumbling away. People will use part of that and put it into crypto, and that is and according to what we know so far, we the US alone has to print 3x the money that they printed during the sea crisis. So that is what is going to be sucked into crypto here, which is why I chose this for today's stream. You need to be prepared for retail being or getting aware of Bitcoin. So right now, my family or your family indicator will show you how many people know about this, right? So, I mean, you can tell me, but from my family, no one proactively yet came back and it's like, oh, Bitcoin actually, did you see, and so on, what is going on with Bitcoin? Except the ones that have actually survived the bear market, right? Which are only basically 2 people in my family. So when that happens, I know that retail is back. When people are like, oh, what about this and that coin? Then I know retail is back. But for now, it really isn't. Actually, we can look at that in a second or a little bit later. Let's see here in the chat. Alatar says, good morning to you, man. Dom Vu, good morning, welcome to the stream. Green Lantern, GM, smash it for the green candles. Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to have even Ecomi go up, then smash the green candles, smash the like button. Crypto BG is shilling Wombat, the best Web3 gaming platform. Yeah, okay, why not? So who knows? I already heard about Wombat, by the way, but gaming is now on fire. So everything is pumping. JKRB says, in my family, I'm the only one who's into crypto. Wow. Yeah, so in my family, I don't know exactly how it happened, but my mother always had a mind for innovative technology or innovative stuff. So at some point, she was like that she wanted to buy Bitcoin and some altcoins, and now she's able to do that, and she was active and interested throughout the entire bear market. So that was really good. But other than that, besides one other person, no one. And also, really important, if you have another field of testing, you look at your company, for example. You go to work to company. When crypto was in the absolute degenerate phase where altcoin season was, people that usually don't talk about investment in crypto were talking Bitcoin and Ethereum and altcoins. So if that happens, I would start to trigger my sell buttons. But I think that is out for at least another year. So I think we're really in these early stages where this money gets sucked into Bitcoin. We see it right now, and this is one more that fits perfectly here, right? So one day you wake up and you see a $10,000 daily candle on Bitcoin, and I think this will happen because I mean it happened before. It happened before, like here, for example. Yeah, I think from there 19,000 to that's a $5,000 daily candle. What is that from that week? 25 to 34,800. That's 9,800 daily candle, right? So we had a couple of those that came close in the previous bull run, and I think we will have it again. So overall, if you compare this, honestly, I would be happy if we were in this part, because that means that we were getting something like this, a consolidation, not as long, because our bear market was already so long. But you see here the bear market was really big, so we're a little bit late on everything. But yeah, I hope that we are still in this preliminary phase and that we still get a cool off until here into April a little bit more, and then go into the parabolic run from, let's say, from somewhere around 34, 35,000. That would be great. But this is cool, because this guy Plan B, he said in October 25, right around the bottom, he said one day you wake up and see Bitcoin at 21,000. We're double that now, more than, without any important news or event. The next week, Bitcoin is 24,000 and 30,000. Some will say it's a bull trap. Others realize the bear market is over and the next bull market has started. And so congratulations to all of you. Smash the like button, because you guys have already, in the beginning, with me, realized that the bear market is over and that all bears that are still calling for 12,000 Bitcoin are very wrong. Okay, so but I really like that, and Plan B has a great Twitter channel and has great models to predict somehow where the market is going. What just happened to my channel? We had 21 people in here and now it shows 13. So what? So I don't know. 8 people dropped in 1 second. I got rug pulled. Yeah, if I'm lagging, please tell me. Anyways, so here's the news. BlackRock says a seed investor bought $100,000 worth of its Bitcoin ETF shares this October. So that means that they are so confident that they are getting this approval that that they are already selling their Bitcoin ETF to seed investors, right? To the early ones that are providing liquidity to that trading pool. Okay, we're back to 20 people. Yeah, thanks for the likes, guys. Yeah, it's all probably sealed deal, just not official. The real game is played behind the curtains. So here you go. So I think that is what we're. And don't forget, we were suspecting it from the beginning. I mean, this proves that they know that they get approved somewhere around January, latest in March, right? They know that they get the approval. So all that stuff that the SEC was doing was really putting fear into the market, and these market makers, they were buying left and right when people were fearful. So a lot of people sold their Bitcoin OTC to BlackRock, but also on the exchanges. And there are many people that were smart and they were DCAing and they were also buying while BlackRock was buying. Like this guy here, or what? Maybe that is BlackRock. Who knows? Mr. 4MM buys Bitcoin for approximately $4 million several times a day, regardless of the price. He already bought, he or they, because in that sense they could be a company. He already bought 2 times $4 million today. So here you see the transaction history. That's hell of a DCA, right? So here you see he buys at 40,000, at 41,000, buys at 39,000. So he bought all the way up, and it's always like 100 BTC, sometimes 200 or 300 BTC. But every day there is an allocation of around 100 Bitcoins. Every day. I don't know what the exchange is or how, but this is the wallet inflow. Maybe on several exchanges, maybe some OTCs, I don't know. Actually, no OTC, because then you would not know the price, I think. So this is all really on the exchanges. Hey, Taffy Jones, what is going on? GM, everyone. Guys, what do you think? Do we go to $50,000 BTC before we have any correction? Or do we not even have correction and just rally? Because this behavior plus the almost certain approval of, like 99% certain approval of BlackRock ETF together with 12 others, 13 ETFs in total. This could this could mark into the halving, the big run up, right? What I would wonder is, when the ETF gets approved and we're sitting somewhere here, maybe we get our correction on those news. So let's say the ETF gets approved, we get a big candle, and then we start correcting into the halving, right? This could be from 10th of January into, I don't know which exact day in April. That could mean that that we would have still 3 months of corrective move after such an approval, because usually it's more like buy the rumor, everyone buys the rumor, and then sell the news. But it could be also buy the rumor, buy the news, right? But I mean, you have to see that with the biggest news coming true, usually we topped out in our cycle. So yeah, the big question is, when are we going to see that? And I really don't want to see us topping out on that news, because that would be really sad if we top out on for a whole cycle on January. But I don't think that this will happen, because it really depends more on global liquidity than even on those news. It just makes people buy more and more in a quicker phase. So I really think it's accelerating price action. But there could be a sell the news event as well. So we will see. But now we are coming close actually to Santa rally. So yeah, that's happening as well. Okay, so let's. Where was I? Where was I? Yeah, here. Yeah, so just for the 12K bear memes, I think that was great. Bitcoin's flying, and here are the bears waiting for the pullback with their funds, and with their quite frankly, with their supporters, right? So here we go. Yeah, this is what happens if you wait for like crash profit prediction coming true, instead of just DCAing in at a certain point, because you cannot know for sure, right? Um, it's tragic, because that is a 200% move. Felipe says, will you hold your BTC now, or will you sell some because you think there will be a dump? No, I will, honestly, I will hold, but I stopped buying. So that is what I actually did this week. I stopped my weekly DCA, my automatic plan. So I had an automatic plan that bought every week at a certain time, bought some Bitcoin. And I said to myself, if we are coming closer to the 50,000, which with 44,000 we are more or less, I will stop buying BTC, because the return it's just not there. So what I will do is I will replace this automatic buying with the automatic buying of an altcoin. So I'm thinking about which one, but I'm inclined to either buy automatically Vechain, or buy automatically the graph. Those two are really appealing to me, or maybe Algorand or something like that. But I really want to DCA into an altcoin with that money, because if we have a bigger pullback on Bitcoin, I might be, so for 31,000. So if we go to 31,000 or thereabout, I will probably just buy with a bigger chunk and a bit of Bitcoin. But overall, I think I'm done accumulating Bitcoin. It's at the moment, because some altcoins rallied, it's 43% of my portfolio. That is holding me back a little bit in terms of what my multiples are. But at the moment, it actually makes my portfolio going a little bit better than it would without the Bitcoin position, because overall Bitcoin is outperforming the entire altcoin market. So what I'm thinking about is that at a certain point, but I'm not sure about the price target yet, that I will even sell a little bit of my Bitcoin and roll that into other altcoins at some point. But for me, the point is not here yet. I think it could be, I want to see Bitcoin go completely parabolic first. And then I might consider that. So if I see an altcoin that has not really taken off but had already good performance right now, I might take a portion of my Bitcoin and roll it into that one. If you're in Germany, you have to be careful with this, because you should be yeah, because of the tax implications, right? I don't know about other countries, but that is happening. So now let's look at the metric a little bit at Bitcoin metrics here. And guys, I hope you find value in these streams, and if you do, make sure to like the stream. But here we go with the MVRVZ score. Which implies if there, so this MVRVZ score is used by many people to determine if there is a good time to buy or not, right? So you see here the green arrows are the perfect time to buy, is when this bottom trend line is hit. We did that exactly at our bear market bottom. And then there is a very good buying zone, and then there's the midway resistance. And this midway resistance implies where we are in the cycle. So you see here the circles, and the magnetic pull to this 194218, which I think is the golden pocket of Fibonacci, right? So this would be exactly at where we have also our price target, and where I told you, I hope you can see this, but remember we talked in the beginning of the stream where this bear market reaction comes almost back to, right? So we have this here, and for us it's at 47,000. So according to this, we should actually rally up to 47,000 before we run into major resistance and we get our pullback, right? And now we are just at this midway resistance. We are at the midway resistance, or we have broken actually the midway resistance, which was at, I think, yeah, that was before we broke out. So at 38,000 was the midway resistance, right? So according to this, and I think this is very complex, but also makes a lot of sense, that we get this initial pull. According to this, we are exactly in that part of the cycle. So you see here, right? Our midway resistance would be exactly this box that we have here, from where we should expect the pullback. And if we are comparing that to the other cycles, there was a midway resistance here, yeah, also at this Fibonacci zone at the golden pocket, and then our hit. So actually, this means for me, or that would be where we run into a resistance, and the midway resistance was this, right? So that's what I meant. So here, and this is where I say we are somewhere here, right? In this move, probably, very likely, makes sense if we are pre-halving. And you can see here from this short bear market, actually relatively short, we are having this way later. Yeah. So this I think this creates the confusion in this part. But I think from analysis like this, we can determine that we have a little bit more upside. And if there was a play for moving stuff into altcoins, or for taking out some profit to roll it back, I think it's more likely than not a good point for doing that would be at close or around 47,000, yeah? Maybe at 46,500 or so. That would be a good zone where this golden pocket is. Because every time, in every cycle, here, and here, we reacted to this. And as far as we are in this cycle, we also have the same pattern. So there's really if it works 3 times, why should we assume that it's all going to be different right now? We have to have in mind the possibility that everything is starting to be different now, the small possibility. But if we're doing analysis, then we have to at least accept that things could be the same way as they were before 3 times, right? So in this MVRVZ score, we can see that in almost every cycle, we are also going to the 0786 here, this light blue line, except the last cycle, which is why I say that the last cycle actually was hindered by, even though there was extensive money printing and this had a price boost, I think that this cycle was still hindered and actually did not go as far as it should have been, because of all the turmoil that was going on, right? So even though that money printing accelerated the boost here, the looming crisis stopped the blow off top, in my opinion. So I think we could exceed in this cycle, and we could actually go beyond, so that we do not have diminishing returns in this cycle. That could, it's a possibility. But as I said before, we have diminishing returns 3 cycles in a row, so we should at least expect it as a base case for this cycle as well. Okay, so what does it mean for us? Also, we should be prepared for this mega run up, and if we get a pullback, we should be taking advantage. And if we have to, so if we anticipate this pullback, then what does it mean for me? I want to have, so if this pullback comes, I want to have money to go here into my positions, to be ready for the mega pump that is coming when we breach this zone here, right? So if this pullback comes, I want to have dry powder. That's what I'm saying. So be prepared, and no, the thumbnail is not meant for Ecomi. The thumbnail is for crypto holders, as the title says. Crypto holders, be prepared. Be prepared for a little bit more upside, a very euphoric sentiment, and then boom, a little bit of downside where we can get into positions. I expect as much as a 30% drop, but that's what I meant by being prepared, yeah? Because of this analysis. And this trend line that we see here could be also another indication of where we could go back to. So let's draw this in here and give it another color. Sorry for all the lines, but I think it's really necessary. So here, this purple line, right? This purple trend line. That could be, that would still maintain the trend intact. And if we had this pullback right now, we would come back to this level, exactly where our resistance resides at the moment, right? You see this here, the teal line? So that the more we have to wait for this pullback, the more shallow it will be, right? So here you see, if we have that in March, this touchdown before the halving, we would be only going back to 34,000 to maintain this trend intact. So that's what I'm looking at, right? So let's see your comments here quickly. Energy says, GM, did I miss something? Not really. We are talking, or not really. Yes, you missed the whole crypto analysis. Lurid thumbnail as usual. What I have to prepare for OMI. Are we talking about OMI? No, we are talking about Bitcoin and crypto overall. But we can talk about Ecomi. No worries here. The only thing that I want to let you know is that at the moment altcoins are getting wrecked against BTC. So measured in how much BTC you can get out of it. So let's look at this quickly. Here we have the Bitcoin dominance. So you see, we anticipated that touchdown to this line, and that Bitcoin dominance is going to rally. And the more Bitcoin flies off, the more dominance it gets over the market. In other words, it gains more and more of the market share, and that means that altcoins cannot win at the same time. Some altcoins are winning, but not all of the altcoins can win at the same time. So that means if you do not have Bitcoin in your portfolio and you have random altcoin allocation, you have not only winning altcoins, then you are missing out on this gaining on the market share, because if you have Bitcoin, you are gaining in market share, and then from there, technically you can roll something into altcoins, right? But that's certainly not the point to load up massively on Bitcoin at the moment. A pullback would be that point, right? And the moment that this dominance gets a pullback, that's when altcoins are flying, right? Okay. Speaking of altcoins, people want me to talk about Ecomi, right? So Vladimir is asking about Ecomi. Energy wants to know what is there to prepare for Ecomi, and I can tell you, not much. I mean, we have our target where we should be flying at the latest, and if we don't, I will be really disappointed. But we could be having a lot of boring days in front of us, and this is just another boring day. I mean, we had a little bit of green here on the last day, and now we have a little bit of red. Actually, we pumped. We went up here until 6424, but we are really ranging here. And what did I say? How long this can take? We have another 49 days. Yeah, 49, 48 days, depending if there's anticipation to crypto XR or so. But that's like 50 days of either DCA if you believe in it, or of holding on to altcoins like Ecomi, right? But for now, Ecomi is actually, so if you take where Ecomi, where we bottomed, right? On Bitcoin. So here we bottomed on Bitcoin, right? So we were with Ecomi, let's take the worst point. We were at this yellow line that I have here as well. So Bitcoin is up 200%, and Ecomi since then is down 11%. So the opportunity cost is really that. If you just take Bitcoin as a base case of opportunity cost, if you had this money in Bitcoin, you could have 3x the amount of OMI if you would roll that into Ecomi right now. That's the opportunity cost. Or in other words, if you had $1,000 to allocate and you compare it, you have $900 in Ecomi versus $3,000 at this point in Bitcoin. Yeah. Vechain is, in my opinion, it's a solid altcoin that can do some multiples. It will not do as many multiples as the smaller mid caps because it's sitting at over $1 billion market cap. But I think a 20x could be coming out of that, or not a 20x, a 15x. Sorry about that. I think 20x is not to expect. It can happen, but it's not to expect. Trucking Hank says Faust is not required to go to France. Makes me wonder why not. Yeah, because he's community manager. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. So if Foster's not going to France, should we be disappointed? Should we be in a disappointed anticipation for France? That's the question. Or is he supposed to? This is the other side. So let's say they are bringing Ecomi, they're talking about Ecomi and announcing Ecomi stuff, right, on Crypto XR. Then you still have to have someone's at a PC to pump out the news on the Ecomi channel, right? If there is let's just assume there is those news, right? So you have, if Foster is talking with the 80 people that are or 100 people that are at Crypto XR, he cannot do that. He cannot write an article. He cannot post video snippets. He cannot retweet. He cannot interact with the people on Twitter, right? So if you want to have Ecomi news, you want someone to be able to pump that out, right? And that's way more important than talking to people at Crypto XR. I think there will be other opportunities. So just from a logical perspective, I think it makes sense that the person that is in charge of the Twitter account is not at Crypto XR. But then again, you could argue, yeah, you can time the article, like a timed post and so on. So yeah, I don't know. We will see. But they're supposed to speak. They have speaker slots there. They're supposed to talk about a lot of Veve and hopefully they're going to reveal something new about Ecomi, which then makes number go up, right? What we really want to see is number go up. We want to be all in a very nice altcoin bag here. And so far, so good, right? As long as we're not losing this level, this actually doesn't look too bad. Even though we did not go up and 6x like other altcoins, because then we would be back at half a penny or so. Actually, we would be at 2.5. But it doesn't look too bad from this perspective, right? Yeah, if there's Reese, no need for Foster. Yeah, if Reese wouldn't be there, then I would be really disappointed, because Reese is living in Portugal, and if it's about Ecomi, at least some person should be there. Yeah, but that's basically. I'm sorry, but we're just forming another base like that, and if this is ranging here for another 50 days. I will be having a very boring Ecomi section for the next 49 days or 48 days, right? Until I will go to CryptoXR. But luckily, there's also Christmas and New Year's Eve in here, where I will certainly not be streaming. So yeah, but if this builds a big fat double bottom, we are very good. That would be the case. I mean, we had been looking at some bullish pattern here before that could be unfolding, like inverse head and shoulders, cup and handle, and so on. But unfortunately, we are now looking at more into this W shape, and this takes so long to play out. So be patient on that one. And yeah, so for me it means my percentage of Ecomi is big enough. So I have been buying in this whole zone a little bit. I went up to my 4 point something million, but my percentage in the portfolio is okay for me to accept whatever it is, right? If this goes 100x, I'm still fine, right? With the bag I have. If it's going 10x, I'll be super happy, right? Yeah, I will be in a nice little profit there. On a 10x, I'm in a big profit actually. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at Veve. Veve is bringing the Star Wars digital comic Return of the Jedi, and the article just came out a couple of hours ago. So yeah, we see here Return of the Jedi drops with the original cover, and 4 Veve variant covers in blind box waitlist on Friday. So that's coming on Friday. So here we see, I think that's the main cover, that's the original, and then these are the other ones. So here we see it. This is the what is the name of that thing? Again, I keep forgetting, but we have it on the app as animated collectible. Gronk or so? Yeah, I don't know. Then here we have the one with the Darth Vader mask and the epic battle. Here we have a pure Vader. I think I like this the most actually. So, and this is where it comes in with the poster crafting. So this is the root variant, and then we have Jabba the Hutt as the secret rare. And let's look at the variants with the artists. You can watch that on the channel, but here we see there are only about 6,850 total editions, of which not all of them are going to hit the market because of holding back. Yeah, Rancor, not Gronk. Yeah, Rancor, exactly. Thank you, Dali. And so we will have about 4,000 commons, 1,500 uncommons, 685, 340, and 175 for the secret rares. So yeah, I think the ultra rare is the coolest cover of them all. The drop costs 10 gems, which I think is okay. And it says here, craft a matching poster to your store purchase Return of the Jedi, 1 digital comic cover. For example, if you secured the uncommon cover on drop, you are eligible to craft the matching poster collectible. Limit 1 craft per store purchase comic edition. Crafting will be available for 15th of December until 12th of January. And it seems that, so here's how the posters look, and this would be I was hoping that the poster doesn't have anything written. It's only that it was only the Darth Vader, but yeah, okay. So it seems that it doesn't burn the comic. If you craft the poster, you just get the extra poster, which means that no matter which variant you are getting, with the 10 gems, you're actually getting a comic and a poster, which should be a good deal, right? So I'll definitely go for that drop, because if you can craft without burning, then you're getting 2 collectibles for 10 gems. That's literally, yeah. So I think, and from how these look and what they are and the scarcity, I think you really cannot lose much on this. Even if you get the common, I mean, then you get the super classic variant, right? That all collectors like, in a limitation of 4,000 or so. That's not too shabby. That's what some rares were back in the days in the first comics. Yeah. So good morning, Star Wars Vivi. Yeah, perfect timing for Star Wars Vivi, I guess. And Simon Rhoda is also here. Good morning. So let me know where are you guys tuning in from? From which countries? I mean, I know I have Australia here, I have some people from Finland here, I have all the European countries here. Where are you guys tuning in from? I know that sometimes we have someone from Africa here, which is also really cool to know, but it generally interests me. Yeah, then maybe a quick one where is that we had the... Did I? Yeah, we had the Ecomi monthly update, right? And one question. Let's see here, Simon. Let's answer the Simon Rhoda first. One question: can we cash out money from Veve to UK? Any good news? I have no idea if you can or cannot do that. I think you should be able to, because I can cash out in Germany. So I think you should be able to cash out there. I didn't hear anything about a limit to cash out for the UK, but should be able to. Yeah, Star Wars Vivi is also in the UK. Maybe he can answer that. Dave Bell says Western Australia. Holy. Okay, tracking hang from Canada. I knew that. Alan Thompson, GM from Manchester, mate. Ooh, Manchester. Nice. Crazy Dan 420 says Vancouver Island, BC, Canada. So more Canadians. Should I cash in more to Vivi? Only you can answer that, Energy. But I think even if we said no, we wouldn't be able to hold you back, right? I mean, Mr. 280 sets. Dali is from Germany, so that's like me. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to quickly look with you guys on the reactions to this Ecomi monthly update, because we have looked at it yesterday and we saw, hey, it's not really much in there, right? So someone said, Foster, can you explain to the Ecomi team how useless it is to send us updates from 1 month ago when no one of this has to do with when nothing has to do with the Omi token? Monthly update, what's the deal with Ryan? I think that has been discussed a lot. Hired 2 people and won some awards. so people really breaking this down. What the hell is an update for Omi? Useless again. So people are really not happy. The red line just got above the orange line, meaning phase 1 of the bull has started, according to those that know that stuff. I'm thinking next November things really take off. Next November in 1 year or what? Okay. Yeah, but okay. Nice. Wow, an Ecomi update and not one bit of news about the Omi token. And you guys wonder why the community is so angry. Tone deaf. We already have a Veve update. No need for 2 of them. And I think that sums it up really good from Hamdog here, because there was no news for the Ecomi token in terms of utility, and that is the really bad thing. And if you do not want to have negative reactions and angry reactions and news, then at the same time all these comments show that people did not walk away and just said, okay, it's dead, we forget about it. All this negativity and stuff like that only shows how much people care for the project and the Ecomi token. So you guys are coming across as tone deaf again, right? The same. So I'm sure 90% of the comments to this post will be negative. Genuine question. Do you understand why so many in your community are disappointed and angry? Actually, I want to see if there's a reaction to this. They don't understand, and sadly they do not care at all. So you see here at the stuff that really people are caring, and yeah, no token utility, so basically no news. What update on Ecomi? 99% of the comments are the same. Omi does nothing. Veve team can surely see this, so why no action still 3 years later? Cool, a Discord, a couple of Moonboy hires, an award specific to NZ, and a few drops. That horrible. Dr. Non-Skills, welcome to the fam. Just subscribed. Very good. Thank you, and welcome. Glad to have you here. So yeah, that is one thing. The other thing is this one here from Xavier Torres. Not sure many understand this. The crypto bull run currently has no impact on the Veve market. For the reason I have highlighted below. If Omi crypto to NFT gem isn't implemented imminently, this is cooking up to be a painful lesson in opportunity cost for many, myself included. And that's true, because the almost $10,000 that I put into Veve, obviously, if they never enable the liquidity drivers, they will be a very painful opportunity cost, right? So he continues to say, unfortunately, there's a difference. During that crypto bull run, people were buying collectibles using crypto via off-app deals. That established a crucial connection between crypto and the Veve market. For this crypto bull run, there is not currently any connection. That said, there is a crypto pay-in functionality in the account, right? So in my account, I think, yeah, I show this tomorrow at Crypto Morning Coffee if you guys want. In the Veve web app, I have the section for crypto pay-in. I don't know if everyone has that, but I have that. So maybe that's for some users only and so on, but it clearly isn't out for everyone, and it clearly isn't activated at the moment. So that would help, right? Dali says, MVE says, hello from Spain, Mallorca. Trucking says, I'm patient until February. Yeah, I am patient until the halving, because that's really when we need to have something. So until April, I'm okay. People have to understand, next BTC top will be on 1st of December 2025. Still a long time, a lot of time to be patient. Yeah, I don't know if it will be that late, but according to all cycles and so on, that could be the case. Yeah, that could be the case. So thank you for that, Dali. I think that's very true. But I mean, what you see, and this is, I think that's what gets people uneasy, right? What you see is this. What people see is this. Yeah. So what people see is, every altcoin in the top 100, except of Hex, did very well this month, right? And except of Yunus, okay, which is, I think, is this a stable coin? No, but yeah. And then in this month you have like Rollbit that had pumped immensely before, and Pulse Chain, but everything else did like at least 20 to 30 to 50%, right? And that's what people see and where they compare their investment to. And the biggest problem is, and this creates the biggest part of the FUD, is you have the people that are out of Ecomi and that are funding the project because they're scared that Ecomi could do 100x and they were wrong, right? So they don't want to have Ecomi go up. And then you have the people that are in Ecomi only that are super disappointed right now because they did not allocate money to these other projects that are pumping at the moment. Yeah. So you have this FUD from both, and then you have people with significant amounts of OMI that are also unhappy or unsatisfied, right? So yeah, so people wish they were in Bonk instead of Ecomi at the moment, right? Dali said exact same amount of days for every bull run bear market. Yeah, that's very true. I think it's about 18 months after the halving that Bitcoin tops out, right? So you have the bottom 6 months before the halving, and is that true? 6 months? No. Is it 6 months? No. Wait, I have a brain lag. Not before the it's what is it? No, it's not obviously not 6 months before. 6 months before the halving is the buy signal on the stock to flow. So from November 22 to now we have passed a year. So it's a year. It's also 18 months, right? So bottom to halving is also 18 months, and yeah, something like that. Yeah, very good insight here. Very good point here from Dali. So there's still a lot of bull run coming in front for us. More than a year and a half of mega bull run action that is coming. Energy here. I need it to go down a bit. Yeah, that's what we discussed in the beginning. That we're anticipating a pullback once Bitcoin reaches the $40,000 zone, guys. So that is it. Taisus Tazo says, do we know when the crypto meeting in France? Yeah, when is on the 25th. I will be there. It's Crypto XR Auxier. So let me just grab one of the tweets here. Crypto XR Auxier. There you go. You have on this side, on this page, you have a countdown, 50 days. So that's your countdown to when OMI should be moving. Yeah. Exactly 50 days and 9 hours in 10 minutes. That's your countdown to Crypto XR, and David and Dan are confirmed to come. I will go there as well, and I will meet everyone that is coming to this event in France, in Auxier. So it's on the 25th, 26th, 27th of January. Yeah. So that's when the news should be coming in one of these days, right? Is there already a statement from David where to meet them? I don't know, honestly. I have no idea. Probably because there's the VIP party in the beginning. So probably at this party, I hope they are there. Dutch homie says, Goedemorgen. Yeah, good morning to you. I hope I said that right, because I actually don't speak Netherlands. Energy says, I'm still not sure if I can make it. I think the VIP tickets are already out of stock, right? But I'm not quite sure. So anyways, guys, that's it for today. We had a super nice analysis discussion. Make sure to smash up the like button right now, to subscribe to the channel, to tick the little bell to always get notified whenever I go online or put out another video. Let me also know on which altcoins you want more videos, not only live streams, more videos. And yeah, thank you for almost 50 people tuning in today. We're getting more and more people tuning in. So that is really good. So guys, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning,